Biotechnology, in simple terms, is a branch of science that combines biology and technology with the goal of improving people's quality of life. In practice, this means using living cells like bacteria, plants, or even animal cells or part of those cells is to create useful products or solve problems. Think of it like this: biology gives us the instruction, the way the living things function, and technology gives us the tools we use for instructions. For a purpose, we bring them together. We can design things with the specific aims: medicine to treat diseases, crops that resist pests, or bacteria that cleans up the oil spills.
Biotechnology. What is biotechnology? The word biotechnology comes from the Greek term bio, meaning life, and logy, meaning science. The term technology refers to skill, art, or craft. But what is biotechnology? Biotechnology unlocks the hidden powers of living things to create amazing solutions for the world. By tapping into natural processes such as growing cells, fermentation, and even writing genes, scientists can craft powerful medicines, boost fruit production, and invent new materials that improve everyday life. This cutting edge blend of biology and technology allows us to enhance plants, animals, and microbes, making them stronger, healthier, and more useful in surprising more ways. From fighting diseases and feeding millions to protecting the environment, biotechnology is reshaping our future with creativity and precision, turning nature's secrets into life changing breakthroughs. Biotechnology is used in many different important areas, including healthcare, agriculture, industry, food production, and environmental management. In healthcare, it helps create vaccines, treat people with gene therapies, and medicines to treat diseases. In agriculture, it improves crops and livestock to be more resistant to pests and environmental challenges. Industry uses biotechnology to produce biofuels, enzymes, and biodegradable materials. It is also used in food processing to enhance flavors, textures, and shelf life. Environmental management: biotechnology cleans pollutants through processes like bioremediation and aids in waste treatment. Overall, biotechnology applies biological tools and knowledge to solve problems and make useful products across diverse fields.
So, good day everyone. So, for today, we were going to talk about the history of biotechnology. So, when we talk about bio, it means life, and logy means science, and the term technology refers to skill, art, and craft. So, biotechnology is a branch of science that combines biology, technology, with the aim of improving people's quality of life. It uses living cells or any of their components to develop products with specific aim. So, um, biotechnology is a branch of science that is uh, combined of biology and technology. And iyahang purpose kay is to improve the quality of life sa mga people. And gagamit siya og mga living cells or any components nga pwede makadevelop sa products. And the 1992 United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, or CBD, defines biotechnology as any technological application that uses biological system, living organisms or derivatives thereof to make or modify products or processes for specific uses. And while in 1919, agronomist engineer Carol Lee Ericke thought that biology could be used to convert raw materials into useful products by joining the words biology and technology together. He coined them. So, more ito siya guys. Ang purpose sa jud sa biotechnology is to improve ra jud ang life sa tao with the use of the um, biology and gi-combine siya sa technology. Yes.
Today I'm going to explain the biotech principles. So, biotech technology is the integration of natural science and engineering to apply living organism cells or their parts to create products and services useful to humanity. Okay, the two core principles of modern technologies are genetic engineering. It applies techniques used to alter the chemistry of genetic material, for example, DNA and RNA, and introduce it to a host organism, thereby changing the organism's characteristics, which is phenotype. This often involves recombinant DNA technology, cutting and pasting DNA from different sources. Number two, the bioprocess engineering. The practices involved in maintaining sterile, controlled conditions for the growth of desired microbes or eukaryotic cells in large quantities. The bioreactors. This is essential for manufacturing biotechnology products like vaccines, enzymes, or antibiotic. And that's
Good morning everyone, I'm Owen Marie Samburao Pagon. Today I will discuss the key techniques of biotechnology. First is recombinant DNA technology. This is when scientists mix the DNA from different organisms. For example, they put the human insulin genes into bacteria so the bacteria can make insulin for diabetic patient. It's like giving the bacteria new instruction to make something useful for us. The second one is plant and cell tissue culture. This one is used mostly in agriculture and plant science. This helps grow many new plants from a tiny piece of one plant, often used to produce healthy and disease-free plants like bananas and orchids. Third is DNA sequencing. DNA sequencing tells us the exact order of nucleotides, which is the A, T, C, and G in DNA molecules. It helps doctors find genetic diseases and scientists study how things are related. Fourth is the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing. This works like DNA scissors to fix or change genes. For example, it can help treat diseases like sickle cell anemia by correcting faulty genes. The 5 one is the PCR. PCR helps make many copies of small pieces of DNA. It's like photocopying the DNA so the scientists have enough to study. This was used a lot during COVID-19 testing. PCR tests check if the virus DNA was present in your sample. The sixth one is the gene cloning. This is the process of making identical copies of a specific gene. It helps researchers study how gene works or produce certain protein in a large amount. Next is the gel electrophoresis. This unique separate DNA fragment based on size. When an electric current is applied, smaller fragments move faster through the gel than the larger ones. It's like sorting DNA pieces to analyze them more easily. Lastly, the DNA fingerprinting. These identify people using their unique DNA patterns often used by police in solving crimes or in paternity tests.
Let's discuss the types of biotechnology. First, red biotechnology refers to the health branch whose aim is to develop vaccines, drugs, and regenerative medicine, gene therapy, and new analysis and diagnosis techniques. So, kini nga biotechnology kay nag-focus siya sa health and medicine to create vaccine, drugs, and treatment for diseases. So, kini nga biotechnology kay panglawas jud ni siya para makatabang og pagtambal og pagpugong sa sakit. The second one, green biotechnology, apply to process from the agricultural sector to the nourish crops, protects them from extreme weather events, and combat pests. So, in green biotechnology naman kay, it is used in farming to make plants grow better and resist pests or bad weather. So, kini nga biotechnology kay gigamit jud ni siya sa atong pananom para motubo og maayo ato ang pananom og wala siya kaayong mga peste, malikayan ang mga peste. Next, white biotechnology. Linked to the industrial sector, it studies the manufacturing and develop process of biofuels so that industry is more sustainable and efficient. The white technology, it works in industry to make product like biofuels in a cleaner and more efficient way. So kini nga biotechnology kay para jud ni siya sa pabrika aron efficient ang paghimo sa mga produkto. And the last one, blue biotechnology, studies all the process related to the seas and ocean to obtain cosmetics, health, or aquaculture products. So the last one is blue biotechnology. It studies marine life to create useful product for health, cosmetics, and aquaculture. So kini nga biotechnology kay gitun-an jud ni ang mga hayop og mga halaman sa dagat aron makahimo og pangtambal sa lawas mga anak. So now, let's proceed in applications in agriculture and medicine. So in medicine, biotechnology helps develop drugs and therapies using recombinant DNA technology. This process produces therapeutic proteins, hormones, and vaccines, and it also used to make monoclonal antibodies that help treat cancer and autoimmune diseases. So, biotechnology really helps a lot in making medicine. So, using something called recombinant DNA technology, scientists can combine genes from different organisms to make important substances like insulin, vaccines, hormones, and antibodies. So, like for example, insulin for diabetic patients is now made in the lab using bacteria. So, basically, biotechnology makes the process faster and also safer and more affordable. So, it is one big reason why we had advanced medicines today. So, next is the gene therapy. So, biotechnology offers tools for gene editing and gene therapy. So, CRISPR or CRISPR-Cas9 technology, for example, enables precise modification of genes holding promise for treating genetic disorder. So, this one is all about fixing the problem inside our genes. So, some people are born with genetic disorders and because na ay something sa ilang DNA like na sayop inana. So, with biotechnology, scientists can now edit those wrong parts of DNA using a tool called CRISPR-Cas9. So, CRISPR works like a molecular scissor. So, it cuts the wrong part of DNA and replace it with the correct one. So, if a person has a disease caused by a defective gene, so gene therapy helps repair that gene so the body can work normally again. So, in short, mura na siya ganang kuan. Ay, basta ka nang ginaayo lagi. Oh, go. So, next is the diagnostic. So, diagnostic biotechnology has revolutionized diagnostic tools, enabling the detection of disease at earlier stage. Techniques like PCR, polymerase chain reaction, and DNA sequencing have becoming indispensable in clinical diagnostics. So, here in diagnostic, we have diagnostic, diba? So, biotechnology makes it easier for doctors to find out if someone is sick, even at the an early stage. Or tools like kanang PCR and DNA sequencing helps detect viruses or bacteria inside our bodies. So, for example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, PCR tests were used to find out who was infected. So, biotechnology acts like a DNA detective. So, it finds tiny clues in our genes or cells para malbalan nato kung naa ba siya disease. So, ila na siya. It also helps the doctors nga
it also helps doctors diagnose earlier, so which means people can get treated faster and better. So next, let's proceed in agriculture. So genetically modified organisms or GMOs. So biotechnology is extensively used in creating genetically modified crops with improved state traits such as resistance to pests, disease, and harsh environment conditions. This enhanced crop yield reduces the need for chemical inputs and contributes to food security. So in agriculture, biotechnology is used to make plants stronger and better. So scientists modify or change the genes of crops to make them resistant to pests, disease, or even like harsh weather. So like for example, BT corn, it has a natural resistance to insects. So farmers don't need to spray too many pesticides. So this means bigger harvest, less chemical use, and more food for everyone. So this means so basically, GMOs are like upgraded plants that can survive it better and help ensure food security for the world. So last is the crop improvement techniques like tissues, culture, and marker assisted selection are employed for the development of new crop varieties with desirable characteristics, including improved nut- nutritional content and increased tolerance to abiotic stresses. So this another one is crop improvement. Scientists use techniques like the tissue culture and marker assisted selection to grow new plant and varieties with better traits. So this tissue culture means kanang growing plants in a lab under perfect conditions, so they grow faster and healthier. So marker assisted selection helps identify which plants have the best genes, like those that grow well in dry areas or have more vitamins. So in short, biotech helps make super plants more nutritious, stronger, and more adapted to changing environments. So this really helps to farmers and also makes our food supply safe and more sustainable.
The application on environment and industry. So the first one is pollution cleanup. And in gray biotechnology, that uses the tiny living things like microorganisms, and it helps to remove a wasteful or a harmful substances from the air, water, and soil. And this process is called bioremediation. And the bioremediation, guys, is a breakdown of for harmful substance or a harmful pollutants into a harmless substance, like something restoring a polluted environments naturally. So the second is waste treatment. Biotechnology helps manage garbage and our wastewater, making them safer for the environment. So biotechnology, guys, from waste treatment, it helps the water to be cleaner and safer to drink. So muna siya ang kuan, guys, ga involved sa atong water nga pwede limpyuhan, pwede siya butangan og mga substances like another another minerals. Muna siya, guys. And the third one is sustainable energy. An algae or a type of plant organisms can be used to make a biofuel, which is an alternative to gasoline or diesel. So, a sustainable energy, guys, muna siya an algae, that a type of plant organisms that muna siya kuan, guys, gina use for making a biofuel na pwede siya gasoline or diesel. So muna siya tingin mo, guys. And the fourth one is conservation. With biotechnology, farming becomes more efficient. This means we don't need to use more land, which helps protected forests, animals, and also not and also nature minerals. So the conservation with biotechnology, farming becomes more efficient. So ang conservation, guys, ang mga farmers na nakapahimulos na, guys, kay ang conservation, mag-conserve na sila og water for their farm. So and means we don't need to use more land, which helps protected forests, animals, and also nature minerals. So muna siya guys. So the second one is the application of the industry. So first one is bio-based products. So ang bio-based product guys, ang mga scientists nag-use siya biotechnology to create industrial products like enzymes or any other substances using microorganism through fermentation. And similar siya kung yun sa ang paghimo ang breast rice. So bread rice, I'm sorry guys. So the second one is the industrial process. So ang enzymes or such as chymosin used in cheese making are now using biotechnology. This makes them pure, cheaper, and easier to produce. So ang cheese guys, or ang paghimo sa cheese, nana ang biotechnology na guys. So siya mo gakuha sa mga kanang mga any other good bacteria or bad bacteria guys, because ang cheese guys nana siya bacteria, and to make them cheaper and pure and easier to produce. And the third one is genetic engineering. So ang genetic engineering guys muna siya modify sa mga microorganisms, and sila ang mag-perform og mga special tasks like producing certain chemicals more efficiently. So sila mo tig produce guys, ay sila mo tig modify, and sila mo tig create, tig fix, tig ilis kuha sa mga microorganisms or mga substances. Sila mo tig modify sa mga DNA like guys. So that's it guys.
So next is recent advance and innovation in biotechnology. So first, I'm going to start with the gene editing and precision genetic tools. So gene editing allows scientists to change or correct specific parts of an organism's DNA. So when we say to change or correct a specific parts of an organism's DNA, this means that ang scientist pwede siya maka-add, remove, or modify a particular genes na responsible siya for our traits like our characteristics, our facial features that results from our genes, and also to prevent any further diseases. So they use a molecular scissor or gene editing tools like CRISPR-Cas9. So mukat out niya siya og defective genes. So defective genes is it has an error on it, or like a mutation na dili siya mogana properly. So back to it, they insert a new ones nga maka-improve siya sa organism's health like productivity or resistant to any diseases. So with the recent advance like base and prime editing for safer. So base and prime editing kay mas bag-o siya and mas safer nga method that makes tiny and accurate DNA changes without cutting the whole strand. So second is improved delivery using lipid nanoparticles. So lipid nanoparticles deliver the edited genes safely into cells. So last is wider use and curing genetic disorder and creating pest and drought resistant crops. So they use gene editing to create a pest and drought resistant. So number 2, artificial intelligence and bioinformatics. So AI uses computers to learn and make decisions. So as we know that AI is widely used in today's generation because it helps to make our lives easier, especially in our healthcare. And bioinformatics analyzes biological data. So in bioinformatics, nag-use sila computers to study biology to understand DNA genes and proteins. Together, makahelp siya sa scientists to process a large datasets, predict biological behavior, and also para mas dali ang any further discoveries. So with the recent advance like AI-aided drug discovery, so AI-aided drug discovery is makahelp niyo siya to predict on how those drugs interact with cells and diseases. Third is AlphaFold predicting 3D protein shape. So AlphaFold is a artificial intelligence na mo-predict siya on how those proteins fold into 3D shapes nga gikan sa atong DNA or amino acid sequence. And last is a large-scale DNA analysis to find disease-related genes. So third one is synthetic biology and biomanufacturing. So synthetic biology combines biology and engineering to design new system. So in synthetic biology combines biology and engineering to design or build new biological system that don't exist in nature. It's like programming a cell na mag-perform siya in specific tasks similar to our programmed computers. So in biomanufacturing, uses engineered cells to produce useful materials like atong mga medicines, fuels, and our food. So with the recent advance such as reprogrammed microbes producing medicine and fuels, lab-grown meat made from animal cells, and automated labs using robots and AI. So scientists can reprogram microbes like atong mga bacteria or yeast to make vitamins, insulin, or biofuels. They can also grow meat in lab using animal cells, reducing the need for slaughtering animals. So, last is automated labs use robots and AI to make experiments faster, safer, and more efficient. So, example aning synthetic biology and biomanufacturing is nahisgotan ni siya in previous report, like the engineered bacteria na makaproduce siya of insulin for diabetic patients. So fourth is agricultural, environmental, and food biotechnology. So I'm going to explain it each. So first, I'm going to read the meaning. This field improves farming, the environment, and food production through advanced like gene-edited crops that resist from pests and drought, microbes cleaning pollution and making biofuels, and alternative protein from plants, insects, or cultured cells. So in agricultural, environmental, and food biotechnology focuses on using science and technology to improve farming, protect the planet, and produce healthier and more sustainable food. It helps to solve problems like hunger, pollution, and food waste by creating a new and eco-friendly way to grow food and take care of the environment. So in agricultural biotechnology allows scientists to change or add useful genes to plants and animals to make them more stronger and more productive. So for example, ani niya is the gene-edited crops. So it can survive through drought, pests, and plant diseases. It helps to the farmers to grow more food even with limited water or bad weather. It can also make fruits and vegetables last longer and stay fresh during transportation. So makahelp din siya sa atong farmers, especially who struggles to have a limited water and also a bad weather, since we are in this country where we are typhoon prone. So next is environment. Biotechnology helps reduce pollution through the use of microbes, tiny organisms that can break down oil spill, clean waterways, and waste into useful materials like compost or energy. So this process is called bioremediation. Bioremediation helps nature to heal faster and keeps ecosystem balance. So lastly is the food industry. Biotechnology improves nutrition and food safety. Scientists create alternative proteins sources such as plant-based meat. So plant-based meat, makakita rata sa ating grocery store, especially the brand Viga. They have a lot of varieties like nuggets, chicken nuggets, like that. And insect protein, so insect protein have a lot of varieties also. So they have powder protein, snack bar protein, like that. So they usually use a mealworm or coconut worm. And lab-grown meat. I don't think lab-grown meat is available here in Philippines, which can feed more people without harming animals or the environment. Also, this helps to reduce greenhouse gases and support sustainability. So overall, this aims to feed the growing population while protecting the earth. It combines farming, science, and environmental care to create a cleaner, greener, and healthier future. So number 5 is regenerative medicine and tissue engineering. Regenerative medicine and repairs or replace damaged tissue using cells with advances including stem cell therapy, 3D bioprinting of tissue structure, and organ-on-chip device for safe drug testing. So This is a biotechnology that aims to repair, replace, or regrow damaged body parts and organs using living cells, biomaterials, and modern technology. This field gives hope to patients who have injuries or organ failure or diseases that traditionally medicine cannot fully cure. So regenerative medicine helps the body to heal itself naturally. It uses special cells called stem cells, so which can develop into any type of cell like skin, bone, or nerve cells. So basically, ang scientists and doctors use stem cells para mo replace o damaged tissue na caused by accidents like burns or illness. Ang example aning stem cell therapy is to grow new skin for burn victims or repair damaged heart tissue after a heart attack. So tissue engineering works closely with regenerative medicine to build artificial tissues and organs that can replace real ones. So in 3D bioprinting with Advance, this technology uses a printer that layers by ink, meaning made siya of living cells, and nutrients to print tissue or small organ parts. To print tissue, small like skin, cartilage, or even pieces of a heart. So, organ on chip technology where ang scientists make siya of tiny devices that works like a human organ. This chip allows doctors to study diseases and test new drug safety. So together, regenerative medicine and tissue engineering gives new hope for curing diseases, reducing the need for organ donors, and helping people recover from injuries faster. So lastly, number 6, diagnostic and digital biotechnology. This field develops tools to detect and monitor diseases with advanced like portable biosensor, wearable health trackers, and digital models that simulates how cells or drugs behave. So this focuses on detecting, monitoring, and understanding diseases quickly and accurate using advanced technology. It helps doctors to find illness early and track person's health condition in real time and create personalized treatment that match each patient's needs. So with the advanced portable biosensors, this is a small device nga mo detect siya like specific substance like our saliva, our blood, or breath. They work like a mini laboratories and can give results within a minute. So an example niya ano is a COVID-19 test kits and blood sugar monitor. So I'm going to explain blood sugar monitor. So blood sugar monitor is katuning makita nato na measure siya of the amount of sugar or glucose in our blood. So these are types of biosensor. They help people and doctors to make quickly without needing a hospital laboratories. So another is kaning wearable health trackers. So for example, ano niya is a smartwatch that can measure heart rate, blood pressure, oxygen level, sleep pattern, and physical activities. So last is digital cell models, which gagamit niya siya of computer-generated simulation of real scientists to study how cells behave, grow, or react to a new medicine. Instead of using humans or animals, they use a digital to predict on how treatment works, and it reduces the risk and help create safer and effective medicine. So that's all.
I am King Daniel Brada, and today I will be discussing advantages and disadvantages of biotechnology. First, let's talk about advantages of biotechnology. Number one is improved food quality and production. Biotechnology helps create crops that grow faster, resist pests, and survive harsh conditions. This leads to higher food production and better harvest. Second is advancement in medicine. Through biotechnology, we can produce vaccines, antibiotics, and even genetically engineered medicine that treat serious diseases not immediately. Third is protect the environment. Biotechnology offers eco-friendly solutions like biodegradable materials, linear industrial processes, and crops that require fewer pesticides, helping reduce pollution. If there's advantages, there's also disadvantages. Here are disadvantages of biotechnology. First is ethical issues. Some biotechnology practices, like cloning and genetically modification, raise moral and ethical concerns among people and communities. Environmental risk, genetically modified organisms may negatively affect ecosystem, biodiversity, or native species if not regulated properly. Third is high costs. Research and development in biotechnology is expensive, making it difficult for developing countries to access this technology. And lastly, it can be used for harmful purposes. Biotechnology can be misused to create biological weapons or harmful agents, which is a major global security concern. And that ends for my report on the advantages and disadvantages of biotechnology. Thank you for listening.
Working in the lab and I'm thinking about safety. Got goggles drawn and lab coats on. Open toe shoes out of here. Are you going crazy?